Hello guys, and welcome back to Power and Revolution 2019 edition with our China playthrough. We're on episode 3, and I went ahead and off camera I tested to see if the commandos would work this playthrough, because if you watched my previous playthrough when I played as Brazil, you know we encountered a weird bug where commandos, if I tried sending them into a city or somewhere, they would just start leaving all of a sudden, and they were unusable by the player for pretty much the entire playthrough. I went ahead and I just tested it off screen, and I can confirm that they are broken in this playthrough as well. I think there's just been like some update right before I started the Brazil playthrough that broke them. I don't know. But they did the same exact thing that they did even back in the Brazil playthrough. So unfortunately, well, depends on your standpoint. Unfortunately for me, fortunately for those that like to watch a good war, wars are not going to be as simple as, oh, here's a capital, let me send 10,000 commandos to go curb stomp it. No, it's all going to have to be conventionally. If we're going to want to try to take Taiwan, it's going to require a big naval invasion, probably aim for the capital, but we're going to have to send people overseas. We're going to have to fight their air forces, maybe, deal with having to do a cyber attack. Same thing with Japan. Every war is going to be big, and it's going to be conventional. So I'm going to do a couple things at the start here. First off, let's unpause. We're going to take a look at this space program here, which we've already increased the funding of, I believe. Return of samples from the moon. I'm going to just throw another, 9 million in there, because we still got, a 4% risk of failure. We got some others to deal with here, but we're going to not deal with everything all at once. We're going to go into housing, and we're going to go to establish state aid for purchase of property. This essentially invigorates your real estate, your building of houses, invigorates your economy, and it makes housing more affordable as well. Incredibly important when you have things like rent caps so that you make things more affordable. Well, my poverty rate is extremely low as it is. My growth is explosive. And who knows what the actual excess of the budget is going to look like once we get into the next quarter, once we get into the next year. I have 100% popularity. One thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to change it from reduced income tax to reduced rate loans to kind of pull the brakes on this a little bit. Some people, they might dislike it, but, it's whatever. This guy has been complaining to me nonstop since I cut the amount of troops in the country by who knows how much. So I'm also going to combine this with making him a little happier and throwing in another... Okay, that's actually quite a lot.
We have strong suspicion this organization is preparing to carry out...
Okay, Chinese Brethren of Islam. Let me actually focus on that then. Okay, so I literally only have one person here under surveillance because at the time, my list of people under surveillance was full, and I didn't have any other space for it. This is the only guy, he was up at the top that I could pick. So, I hope to God it's this guy. If not, I'm China. What are you going to do? I arrested the wrong guy. Are you going to sue me? I'm the leader of China. So let's proceed with an arrest here and hope that's right. We got some people infiltrated. I'd like to wait for these guys to be here for a month before I start trying to dismantle, but we'll see how this is going to go.
We've proceeded to discreetly arrest this suspect who is now being placed in isolation.
Nice.
Seems we were right.
Let me tell you, more often than not, the head of the organization or whatever always tends to be the guy that's on top, the first guy you can place surveillance on. It's not all the time, but quite a lot of the time, that's who it tends to be. But hey, what the hell is happening here? Is this Pakistan? Ah, yes, right. Pakistan has some terrorists at the start. We take a look right here. Probably can't see them very well, but they have their own version of the Mujahideen. They tend to do a lot better fighting them than Afghanistan. Afghanistan never wins their fights. Looks like they're having some tension. I'm not surprised. That tends to happen at the start. Our cell in Bhutan is operational. That's good. Oh, that reminds me. We're going to look at our networks here. Someone in the comments suggested something great. Suggested for the USA, instead of industrial spying, especially, I might get ahead of them on tech. I think I already am. Why not approach terrorist groups? try to make life over in the USA even harder. Maybe get some, like if I can start a civil war, right? If I can start a civil war in the United States of some kind, that would be amazing. If they can get distracted by their own military squabbles, then they will never get involved in anything I do. And if you look at it, you realize a lot of the people I might attack might have some guarantees of protection from the United States, and they hate my guts. And they know they're one of the only powers that could fight me. Them and Russia are the only people that have a stronger rating than me. Let me show you. Military power index right here. There's me, USA, Russia. India's given a whole lot of credit, and I don't really know why. China's pretty overpowered in this, but as you see, the US is one of the only ones that could really stand a chance. And if I can get them consumed in their own squabbles, well, it was a really good idea. I think I'm going to go with it. Looks like that terrorist attack has been caught, and it was a bomber that was participating in a karaoke, so thankfully we got rid of that. We got some folks in Bhutan. Let's see what about we can do here. So we need a
the national defense does not have enough men to fulfill its...
Yeah, I know that's what you think, and
Our infiltrated agent is on...
I'll deal with all of you right now. I gotta keep the military happy, given that we're like a dictatorship here. So I'm gonna throw another 50,000 troops in there. Maybe that'll make them happy. I don't know. And we're gonna go over here to the Secret Service, and we're going to manage my networks. I gotta move some more people into Bhutan and Nepal, just for efficiency. And put whoever I would target last, on the back burner. I don't have any plans to go for some of these necessarily anytime soon. For example, Japan, probably not so much. Sri Lanka, almost definitely not for any near wild. I could just hire more agents, but this is easier. Let's get another 10. Some of these would actually be better off having 20 instead of 10. It speeds up their operations, by the way. Doesn't make them more efficient. It just speeds them up. Where's Japan? We don't need as many in Japan here. And we don't need as many in Indonesia, because we wouldn't be targeting these guys for a while. Nepal, though, and Bhutan, if we can get any dirt on, that would be great, since we're going to have to fight a conventional war anyway. Otherwise, when the time comes, I'll just end up putting them to cyber attack preparation, and we will go for a cyber attack. And, yes, the ecologists are not happy on my law, which reminds me, I go over here to my law on... Oh, actually, it hasn't gone through yet. It gets enacted on the 1st. I want to get that through all the way. I'm going with like a stepping stone kind of thing. I want to get that through all the way so that I can make us self-sufficient. And that could also help our own economy without costing extra money. In fact, saving us money. And people love that employment boost in the national defense. I'm already at 100%.
Our agent's
either way.
Is that there is
Ooh, yes.
Our infiltrated agent was
spotted. Ooh,
spotted.
yikes. Alright, let's take a look here. Take a look at the damages. I don't know if this guy even had anyone in it. But being dismantled. This is the guy that was in here the longest. Alright, so we may not have a month in these organizations with the way our everything's set up. Actually, this might be that guy. Alright, let's dismantle this too. Oh, is that October? Okay, I might have done that way too soon, but it's been at least a week. Let's give him a week rather than a month, because we might not have that many ready. I gotta get more people filed in here as well. We just got a whole bunch of notifications that just came in here right now. Lunar program, conditions for success, cannot move forward, super heavy. Yeah, we got some things in the space programs are waiting on other things. There's a couple of these. This is one of them. I'm not too worried about getting it going right now. I can always push the date back on a lot of these. Hell, let's push this back to like 2023. And I don't want to worry about them right now. I want to focus on other things in the meantime. Besides, look at my happiness. It's through the fucking roof. I don't need to focus on a lot of things like that. Some of these still need technologies and such. My parliament's just designed. What? Communist Brotherhood Party Secretary General. Parliament just designated Cornelius Eula as the head of our government. Will you send him congratulations? Nigeria? What? I'm so confused. Who the hell's Cornelius? Is that you? The Communist Brotherhood Party. Is that who rules this country? It doesn't tell me. Does it tell me in here? He's socialist? Nigerian Muslim League. Bro, I don't know what the hell this is about. How does Nigeria feel about me? Let's take a look at Nigeria. That's not Nigeria. This is Nigeria. They're alright. Sure, I'll congratulate you. Why not?
Won the competition. It is unbelievable. This is a big moment for sport in our country. Let me kiss you. This is a collective victory. In the government,
excuse me.
We have also worked very hard.
Alright, that's great. Well, we're winning competitions.
First prize, can you believe
we're winning prizes, so that's awesome. And here's another real big thing I want to do is I want to change the maximum school age. And I'm so used to playing a democratic country where you do one thing, anything, and you start getting riots. It looks like we already have a bug here. The number bug. That goes away. I want to get this up. What this means right now is at the moment you're 15, you can leave school and enter the workplace. Imagine you're a sophomore in high school and now you can enter the workplace. I want to get this up to something more reasonable like 17. Hell, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just go for both years in just one change. Might upset some people. Will have an effect on our economy and the unemployment rates, but it will produce a smarter population. It will do good things. And if there's no kind of economic harm we could take right now that could really harm us for too long. Alright, everything's looking pretty nice. Yeah, you saw that? Young people really didn't like that. Education loved it. Security liked something I did. Maybe it was changing that. Space program, I'm not sure. Our inflation is still on the rise because, as you see, our economy is just doing so well. The growth's at 6.45%. It's gone down by small points, but inflation in this game always catches growth. So you want to not maintain. What's the word I'm looking for? You want to keep your growth under check, under a certain point. Of course, inflation sucks. It's only really terrible if you can't control it. So long as your growth is higher, you're typically doing well. You might want to raise your wages to compensate.
Incredible.
But as of right now, it's looking pretty nice. We might want to raise our key interest rate, though, in order to keep up with it. So let's boost this up to 6%. We've already raised it from like 4.35 to 5%. I'm not going to make it too high or anything. I don't want to go past 15% if I don't have to. And there's reasons for that, which I can explain later if someone wants an actual in-depth economics lesson. I just got an achievement here. You can't see it. It's called Anti-Terrorism.
It's true that the blow cannot really be described as fatal.
I guess it's because I wiped out one of the terrorist organizations. Let's take a look. I think, yes. I think we wiped out an entire organization. Or not. We probably did some good damage anyway. No, we didn't wipe it out, though. But we did some good damage. Don't worry, they'll all get wiped out sooner or later. Alright, so now we just got a lot of stuff that just went on here, as you see. This is from, I believe, the housing district, or this might be something else. Energy independence, popularity.
The decree takes effect
Law and help
today.
For property acquisition, yeah. So my reduced income tax went to reduced something else, and that led to some sit-in demonstrations. You can see. Well, actually, no. This is from the mining, the fracking bill, basically. Let's appear on television, and that should get rid of them sooner rather than later.
Takes effect as of today.
Yep. All right. He's angry at me. It's crazy. How could you put the health of our citizens at risk
Our great director.
for economic security? Whoa, even though this nation's so fucking large and all the people live in like one place, one side of the country, fracking over here couldn't possibly harm much of anyone. But how could you possibly do it? What? So as we can see here now, exploitation is completely authorized. We can now start fracking and using shale oil and things like that. Do we have a tax? We do have a tax reduction for using clean energies. We're going to get rid of that. It's not very expensive, but we can save a little bit of money, and renewable energy in homes and stuff just doesn't matter right now. Money is what matters. Until we're out of debt, money is what matters. And we can save money on things that people will dislike us for, as long as our popularity is doing so goddamn great. We're also going to now keep the train moving on denationalizing some things like the wind-powered electricity thing here. We're going to go to nationalization, get it to minority shareholder. Got a lot of money up front from selling our shares, and the min-max revenue versus growth. It will ensure, trust me, this will ensure more than anything, better salaries for those working there without it having to come out of our budget. We may make less money from it, but the economic growth will allow us other things of benefit.
The assembly should
They really loved my appearance, so they should start going away. Not that anyone would really care if I dismantled them. Neither particularly happy nor unhappy. What do you mean? They love me. Oh, you're teaching me about the national happiness bullshit. I'm China. Who cares if my citizens are happy? I'm China. Why would I give a shit?
Our great director won the
But hey, man, with all the cultural spending and sport, did I up cultural spending? I didn't even up cultural spending. But see what? You get just these constant happiness bonuses from culture and sports, and it's really great. Someone designated Communist Brother Party Secretary General. Alright, so you must be who is informing me of this. The new head of government of Senegal. I don't actually know where Senegal is. I know a lot of countries, but I don't... This guy... He doesn't like me very much, Senegal. Why should I congratulate him? Your country doesn't like me. I mean, I could be polite, I guess. Sure. Well, wait a minute. Conservative right is presidential. I guess I'll be polite. End of the sit-in. The sit-in's already over. Perfect.
The blow cannot really be.
And we got another partial dismantlement. Chinese Brotherhood of Islam. How are these guys doing? Only 118 followers. A lot of sympathizers still. All these infiltrations are in progress. Alright, so now that I have a good period of time with nothing special going on, and we're pretty much just gonna sit around for a little bit and not go war crazy just yet, I might as well work on some space programs. So this is the space habitation module. We've already done it once. Some programs require you to do it like 3 times, so space hab mod, because I'm creative. And we're gonna want to almost, but not exactly, double this, so it's at 2 billion approximately. I finance half of it. I let other nations propose to get on board, and then we get this going because, I mean, we might as well, right? This is a long-term process. It's not about getting immediately popularity boosts, but a lot over time, and I might as well start taking this on one by one, the things I can do. I'm missing some technologies, but this is something that I am supposed to do for another one of my tasks here that I can do. Let me see which one that is. So this one needs space habitation module done 3 times. We've done it once, I believe. So naturally, I got to do it again for this to go through. The construction of a space station, in fact. The construction of a space station, 100% funded by us. That is a hell of a thing. 75.7 billion. That's a lot of money. That's a hell of a lot of money. We got that mission to Mars going. This needs super heavy rockets. This 2030 program going to the moon. But we don't have the technology even. And then we have to do the task itself, the program itself. We have all the time in the world to do this, so we might as well get that going. And how this is going to work, if you didn't watch my prior playthrough and you're not familiar, how this is going to work is we put up 50% of the money. We're going to let others, the big superpowers, propose the amount they'd like to propose to join us in this, get some credit for it as well. They hand over some of the funding. It's not necessarily to save money, but it is especially useful for getting good relations around the world. People that take part tend to like you more. So I might as well do this and give people a chance. The big superpowers only propose once, and they propose right at the start. Otherwise, you can ask someone to join But for now, we'll see who approaches us. If Russia does, we are definitely going to pick Russia. Hopefully. Depends. We'll see. The law on the maximum school age just went through, and immediately it says there's a decrease in happiness in China. Oh no. As you can see, our growth has gone down a little bit. Unemployment gone up a tiny bit. By the way, 4.16% unemployment. Very, very, very healthy. A good target for unemployment tends to be about 5%. Growth is still very high. Inflation is still trailing it, though. So I am going to keep fucking around a little bit with the key interest rate. I can't adjust it again, but I might end up keep raising it for a little while. All right, this is taking effect as well. No longer subsidizing certain renewable energies, and still I'm at 100%. My people just love me. It's crazy. So let's go ahead, and I don't know how people are going to feel about this in the country, but I still don't know what kind of effect this has other than painting the civil rights of your country, but at least I do believe this should have an economic effect. I doubt it does. I know they've done it for weed, but they haven't done it for prostitution, but I doubt it does. But I'm going to inch this towards being legal and see how the country reacts to it, because I do believe it should be legal. I believe that in real life, too. It's a good economic kind of sector, and it's a lot safer when it's legal, too. It's kind of like alcohol. It's one of those things that's never going to go away, no matter how bad you want it to, so you might as well regulate it, right? Well, the wind power sector
selling our shares was definitely
is now a partially free enterprise. After see the budget deficit up here looks a lot better after we sell everything than when it's in the process of it. I like taking this one at a time, because if you take this multiple times at a time, you're just going to piss anybody and everybody off. And I just want to keep it going. I want to get it all like this, whether we have to buy shares, sell shares. I want to sell shares before I buy them, typically, because I'm still in debt and I'd rather get money than lose it. So let's take a look at solar power next. And we're going to set this to state involvement, good budget economy, confirm that, get that through, and after that's done, we'll throw another one in there, one at a time. And one of our agents are dead. That's inevitable. I have money now, though. I have money, a good amount more money. So let's go ahead and boost these up to max, just maximum right now. It's not a big important thing that people tend to care about, but it's still important to raise, and it will definitely help us in what we are doing right now. Okay, I just went through my terrorist files and updated them, looked for anyone that might be suspicious, and let's go ahead here now, since we're doing better in money as well. We're going to want to end up upgrading this sooner or later. Cost over 5 years, annual reimbursement. I kind of just want to skip to gold. I don't think this is a real popularity-based kind of thing, so I'm just going to skip right to gold, because this is invaluable for the protection of our infrastructure, our government, protect us from cyber attacks especially. And so pump that up to gold. It will take a while to actually get it set up that way. A year, 5 years, fuck, I don't know. I do love how you could try to rig a foreign election. I wonder if I should do anything like this. Like, if you think about it, like, it can't be used against me. Well, what if it even shows the ones that I can try to rig when I can rig them. This is interesting. It'd be funny to do this against the United States at some point. Okay. I thought I did something completely different here. Let me take a look at that. If I go down to the United States, if I can get there. I can't even click on it, damn. I can only click on the ones that are active. Yeah, and you can select whatever power you want. Ultra-conservative coalition, Ukrainian liberal front, Liberal Social Democratic Party. The left-wingers are going to be our allies in this playthrough. Spain has one, yeah, but none of these countries are ones I'd really want to fuck with. Mainly the USA, I guess, would be one. Panama, Malawi, India. That could be a funny one. Imagine flipping someone in India. The Indian Workers' Party. But I probably just want to consume India. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do anything like this. You guys can tell me if you want to see me do anything like this. And you can suggest, if you have any information, what party should I target, you know? What would be a smart one to target?
Men succeeded.
Alright, we got some infiltrating done here. Growth took another little hit. Unemployment remaining pretty much the same. Inflation is still going up, as I would expect. So we're going to adjust the key interest rate again to try to get that lock key under control. Get that up to 7% now. The growth going down doesn't really matter. Our unemployment's fine. Everything's looking pretty nice. And we got another agent in. And another newspaper. Anything good? Whoa. Common Market of the South. Yeah, that has nothing to do with us, so meh. So this is the reaction
encourage the worst of humanity. This depravity with its endless procession of adulterers.
Legalizing.
Mention how worrying it is in terms of the transmission of various diseases.
Jesus Christ. To legalizing prostitution. Apparently it's going to transmit diseases and such.
One of my men succeeded.
Yeah, I think that's what it would do if you didn't regulate it. But I'm regulating it. Let me look at religions real quick. That's the Buddhist population. We got a decent amount of Buddhists. He doesn't like me very much. None of the religions really like me very much, but I mean, religions in this country are not very liked. Intensely monitored and restricted. Why is it spelled like this? It's restrict. I don't know. But the majority religions are barely allowed. They're not favoritized in any way. I'm not surprised that Buddhists had a problem with that. But overall, it was looked at a good thing for human and women's rights to legalize it a little bit. Just, a little bit. I wanted to take a look over here at this. Alright, so we already have 3 countries stepping up, and all of them want to be paid to join us rather than are willing to pay us to join it. So more than likely, we're actually just going to end up doing this ourselves because the United States, Russia, and the European Space Agency think that they're hot shit and that they are worth more being on the program than they would gain by paying to be on the program. So that's going to have to get fixed. So to rectify this issue, I'm going to go in right here, set this to 100%, modify, and we're going to approve the program. We might have to change the date of it, but we're going to approve it because everyone thinks they're too good for us and they want us to pay them to join the program. I didn't actually look at how much they wanted, but I'm not paying anyone to join a program that I can do all by myself. Their technology may have helped. We don't have all the space technology, but and get this going off the ground, just do it ourselves. And as our space programs get more, as our technology increases and things like that, they might more be willing to pay to be on the project with us. I also tried to join this one. They picked European Space Agency over me, as I expected. I've once again applied. Jesus Christ, these people are trying to give most of the money. I never get accepted to these things. I don't get it. I really don't. Alright, prepare for liftoff. Alright, so it looks like the estimated risk of failure is 22% with this budget for this selected date. So we might have to... Okay, maybe not that far. Maybe that's a little too much. Alright, so this looks like it'll work. 10/10/2021. Full funding. That should be great. Let's take a look at this. United States, their space program didn't go through. My application was denied. For Russia's, of course it was. We've privatized solar electricity.
The decree.
That's gone through, so we're now going to go over here. And we're going to do another one, because I've tried doing this in bulk, guys, and it literally ended the playthrough before I even started it. So we have to just do this stuff one by one. So we're going to do this again for now. 3G nuclear energy. And it should help overall, especially with how much our citizens are getting paid. And I need to take another look at Secret Service. Alright, so for 2 of these organizations, we've had people in here for at least 2 weeks, so I'm going to go ahead and set those to dismantle, because our training is not top-notch quite yet. Let's take a look at this. Yeah, basically same old, same old. And one final look over here. Ooh, growth is down to 5.73% with all the things. I'm taming the growth to stop the inflation, essentially. I can't change this just yet. but it is looking good. Unemployment is barely being affected, in fact, by the changes in growth, which is really, really good. But we've gotten a good amount of time through in this. It's been, I think, like 30-ish minutes. I'm going to call this episode right here, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.